Well, we're here again today. That's this segment number 2. What do we shoot next? After the leopard, what was it? We had to get bait for the leopard. We shot a warthog. We shot an impala.
And a bush pig.
And a bush pig.
And that's it.
We ate the ribs on him.
It was good.
A couple nights ago we ate those, yeah.
The leopard never got a chance to eat that bush pig. We had it.
He never did he? So,
Yeah.
so what was the next thing?
Was it wildebeest?
Wildebeest.
Yeah, it was a wildebeest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now these Inyasa wildebeest have got a streak across their nose, up in between their eyebrow and their nose, and beautiful white streak across them. They're really unique. Are they unique only to Mozambique?
They occur in a very small stretch here in northern Mozambique and a small part in the Salou.
In the Salou.
Yep. Just other side of the Rovuma River, but very, very localized.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you say? We're going to find our way back. Yeah. You said yes.
I asked him if we was going to find our way back. He says, we're going to try. We had a lot of just real exciting spiritual things occur on this whole safari, and that morning that Edwin gets a Bible verse every morning that comes straight to his phone, and the Bible verse that morning was make straight your path, and God will direct you. So anyway, he felt we needed to walk into this water hole, and we hadn't seen any evidence of these wildebeest anywhere else, had we?
No.
No, we hadn't. And so we walked into this water hole. Didn't even have our filmer with us, and lo and behold, here's a herd of wildebeest there, and one of them, the bull, and the whole group, one bull and the whole group, presented himself in what, about 150 yards?
Yes.
Something like that. Made a perfect shot on him, knocked him flat first shot, and man, here I've got the completion of my wildebeest slam, and I was really excited about it. This is an amazing animal, folks. This is an Inyasa wildebeest, and if you'll look at the white stripe on the front of the face, that's what is indicative of this animal. I mean, I come over here to leopard hunt for sure, and to potentially get some of the little tiny 10 to complete my tiny 10. And then this animal come up, and we thought about this, and Edwin showed me a picture of him. I thought, oh my land, this makes this safari even greater. And I got to tell you, this morning, there's a Bible verse comes up on his phone every morning, and the one that came up this morning was, commit your ways to the Lord, whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Well, we was going to a water hole to see if these wildebeest was here, or one of the zebra that's over here. They're a different breed also than the Hartman and the Burchell. And we found this beautiful, beautiful animal. I'm just so pleased and thankful for it for the guys that found him, and I was able to make a one shot kill on him, and I'm just really thankful to have this animal. So, like Porter and I used to always say, let's get this sucker in the truck.
Here we go. Look at the tail on him.
So, tell me a little more about these wildebeest.
Most wildebeest can be quite smart, but these guys are super smart. If they run, you can expect to cover 3 miles, 4 miles, and they don't stop, and you find them in thick jess after that, and then that's it, it's game over.
Game over. All right. Yeah. Well, those of you that have maybe shot the blue, the black, and even there's another species that's been genetically developed called the golden. I'm not personally a fan of that, although it's a beautiful animal. But the three main species of the wildebeest are the black, the blue, and the Sinyasa. So you guys out there maybe shot the blue and the black, or are still working on those, and you want to include this Sinyasa in your collection of species, why you get hold of me, Steve Dean, on behalf of JNS Worldwide Hunting. Well, next one on our list was the zebra. I've got the Hartman and the Burchell, and I've shot a number of those in other places, but I didn't have the bone zebra. Tell me a little about I know that you told me that day that there was an explorer kind of similar to David Livingston that come, and he's the one that named the zebra. So talk to me a little bit about this breed of zebra.
Well, the bone zebra is a very interesting zebra. It's a little bit smaller in size, I'm sure you've noticed, than the Burchells. And what makes them truly unique and beautiful is they've got no shadow stripes whatsoever. So the white is pure white, and it also goes all the way down to the roof. And then the lines on the face are very, very fine and very beautiful. There's not a square inch on that animal that is not pure and beautiful. The lines are very, very clear cut and very clean. The definition of it is just, it's really a stunning animal. And thinner stripes than the Burchells, almost similar to, I would say, a mountain zebra maybe, but not quite.
Pretty animal, aren't they?
They are very unique animals, and they're a bit different from other zebras that I've hunted. They're very quiet zebras. You very seldom will hear them call each other, and even if you call them, to make a zebra call, they're very quiet, and they very seldom will respond. And they are very smart. They don't mess around.
How many groups did we try to get up on?
I think we had 2 groups. Now I remember, we walked in that one day to the waterhole, and we saw a couple of zebra, and we wanted to shoot a stallion. And as we were stalking them, the grass being quite long, we saw something running up and down in the grass, and we weren't sure what that is. And when we got a little bit into a better position, we saw that it was a foal, and we did not want to make a mistake of accidentally shooting the mare and shooting its mother. It was still dependent on its mother, and plus we wanted the stallion.
Yeah.
So we tried to get closer, couldn't quite see it, and they took off. And that was the end of that particular one. And that's fine, like we always say, if they go, there's no pressure. We'll find another one.
But the important thing was, the one that he had kind of identified for me turned out to be the mother of that foal.
Exactly.
And if I'd have shot her, she wasn't a stallion, of course.
Yeah.
And that little one might have had difficulty surviving.
Exactly. That was the one that was presenting the clearest shot.
Yeah.
And as a devil would have it. And if we shot it, we would have felt very, very bad.
Yeah, and he pointed out to me, he says, now you got to remember now, the difference between a stallion and a mare is the stallion has the white stripes and the mare has the black stripes. So you guys figure that one out, okay?
It always works, because we got a stallion in the end.
Yeah, we did. Killed a beautiful stallion, So you guys, if you're interested in collections, that's part of what JNS does, is we want to identify species, and so when somebody asks me about a particular hunt, and if you live in my location, I can show you these species, because that was part of our business model, was to be able to have in our viewing area animals mounted in their likenesses, so as you can see what they are. So, but anyway, what was we hunting when we finally seen that zebra? We was on doing something else. The one I finally got.
We were planning to go after red duiker, I believe.
We're still looking for a red duiker, wasn't we then? Yeah.
And we drove past this road, and very far on the plains, I think it was about 500 yards away, the trackers looked that direction and they didn't say anything, and I looked out the window and I saw a zebra.
I didn't see it.
And as I got off, and I said, come, let's get the shooting sticks to the trackers. They looked at me like I'm mad. And I said, there's a zebra. And then my tracker, Timoto, said, in front or behind the waterbuck. Then I started wondering, maybe my eyesight is going or something. But they happened to be just in front of him and actually mixed up. There was a lot of game. When we stalked them, remember, we had to divert from the impala.
Yeah.
Then we had to watch out for the waterbuck, and we were sort of wedged between all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had to wait for the right one, and it was an absolute blessing that the stallion came out and stood wide in the open. He was the only one out of five actually, that we could see clearly.
Yeah.
But we could see, but it's a stallion, thick neck,
Yeah.
it's a bigger shoulders, could see.
Yeah.
And he had what, black stripes?
Yeah, he had black stripes. That's important.
And you got him, perfect shot, you got him.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Well, guys, if you're looking for the slam for zebra, you have to come here, right? To get that bone zebra. So if you're after those guys, any of them, you get a hold of me, and I'll get you set up and get you on your way to collecting these trophies. So on behalf of JNS Worldwide Hunting, this is Steve Dean. Edwin, God bless you, brother.
Likewise,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
This is a really unique zebra. There's Hartmans, there's Burchells, and this is Bohm. He was an early explorer that come to Africa. He was on the same level actually as David Livingstone, and he's the one that named the zebra. If you'll take just a look at this animal, just absolutely gorgeous. You know, to shoulder mount this animal is almost illegal. So I'm going to rug this guy, and he'll join the floor with my other species of zebra. I'm thankful for my outfitter, PH, my guys, incredible guys. Just amazed at how these animals look. So we got an old saying. What is it? Let's get this sucker in the truck.
Let's do it.
Well, brother, we got the leopard, we got the wildebeest. We're working on these tiny 10.
We sure are.
Let's talk about the tiny 10. In fact, some people include the mountain reedbuck, which isn't probably.
No.
And then here in Mozambique, they've got the Sharp's gleisbuck. But I elected not to take one of them this trip. Maybe another trip.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. But for the two I was after here was the Sunni and the red diker. These little guys are tough, aren't they?
They are.
How many Sunni you reckon we've seen this 10, 12 days of hunting we've been?
I have no idea. I've stopped counting.
Now he's seen about 2/3 of them. I've seen only about 1/3 of them. So I don't know whether he's fibbing to me or not, but I've seen something shoot through the brush.
Seeing them is one thing. Shooting one is another thing.
Quite another thing. I mean, to get, and we didn't do it shotguns. We done it with a rifle, and so it makes it even more difficult. But we got a break on the Sunni. We really did. The first morning, we was after Sunnis. We seen this. Edmund seen 3, but we got out of the truck and took off to stalk these little guys, and they's barking at us in the woods there in the bush. It was really cool. But we didn't do any good with them, and then we seen numbers of them different times at different times. But then we got a break one morning and got a chance to shoot one. We were driving down the road there, and boy, there he was. And so that's the way we do it. You can walk these roads real softly and quiet, or you can drive these roads and cover a whole lot more ground. And since that was one of our main objectives here is to complete the tiny 10, we elected to drive these roads and drive them and drive them and drive them and jump out and go stalk these animals. So we got a break that morning on the Sunni. The main reason my trip over here was to get my leopard and to hopefully complete my tiny 10. I was I needed two. I need the two that are here in Mozambique. This is the Sunni. Got the red diker left, and that will complete my tiny 10 in Africa. And this hunt has been incredible. We've hunted these little guys. We found 3 of them together the other day, and they barked at us and went on, and we've seen them, and they get away so quick. But the really neat thing about it is that, you know, patience conquers the world. And this little guy, along his bases here, this little guy is gonna stand high in the record book. But along his bases here are all worn down. There's a place on one of his rear legs where he's been daggered by one of the other ones. He's got a spot missing, and his ear right here from fighting. He's all scuffed up. This little guy is probably, how old do you think he is, Edwin?
I would say probably about 8.
This little guy's life's about over. He's been a little warrior, and now I'm going to get to present him to the world. And you guys that are interested in the tiny 10, this is where to come. Get a hold of me. Steve Dean, J&S Worldwide Hunting. Let's get him in the truck.
Slow them up.
The red diker was the last one that we had on that, and tell a story about how many we've seen and how hard it was to get up on that little guy and everything that happened right there.
Well, again, there's quite a lot of them. We've seen plenty of them, and they've got quite a variety of habitat. We see them in the thick riverine forest, we see them in the jess, we see them sometimes even in more open areas. But no matter where they are, they're quite sneaky, and they don't stick around in the open for long. So if they get a chance and they see a thick bush, they'll be in it. And we saw a lot of them, and then finally we found 3, and there was 1 male in it and 2 females.
Yeah, or maybe 4. That last one that come along might have been a different one.
I think it's a different one that came from the side.
Yeah. And
it was actually had nothing to do with those ones. But who knows? Maybe one of the females was in heat.
Yeah.
And maybe we actually stopped the fight there because of those 2 lambs got at each other. They would have been busy fighting.
Yeah. They. In fact, we seen one, and we jumped out of the truck and drove on ahead and come back and talked to him, and we couldn't do anything with him. We come back and we was going to go look for another one, and Kimochu went to move the stick out of the way, and all of a sudden he went like that, and there went the one I ended up shooting, and so we turned around and went right back to where we were, where those females and that male was, and I didn't make a real good shot on him because just as I went to pull the trigger, that little booger started to dart, and I shot him too far back, but we got him.
We got him.
And you guys, that after your tiny 10, the Sunni and the red diker are other places, but with this guy here, they're pretty achievable. You know, the Stimbuck and the Koopspringers and all those other dikers, and the Dicks in Namibia. There's a number of different places you can get those little guys. But if you're interested in that achievement of the tiny 10, you get a hold of me, Steve Dean, on behalf of J&S Worldwide Hunting. Red diker. This is the last of the tiny 10 for me here in Africa. This little animal is an incredible little animal. They're difficult to hunt because it's hard to tell whether you've got a female or a ram. That little tuft of hair right here sticks up in the middle, and it's really hard to tell whether it's a ram or it's a female. But those horns down in there, guys, nice little horns down in there. But I tell you, my bunch has done an incredible job here. Edwin Young and the boys back there with the good eyes. This completes the tiny 10. I'm really excited about this. So you guys out there interested in tiny 10, get a hold of me. Steve Dean, J&S Worldwide Hunting. We're going to need a winch to get this big guy in the truck. What makes these difficult? You see this tuft of hair here? To identify these in the brush. Down here's the horns. See that? way down there, but this hair makes it so difficult for the pH to find out if it's a ram or it's a female. It's a great little ram right here. Elephant. They dug this hole out now looking for water. We got elephants.
Zimbabwe.